Hello air people, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. Welcome to your Lionsgate portal reading for the 8th of the 8th. This reading is going to span the 4th to the 10th of August. Let's check my microphone, yes. And as always, please take what resonates and let the rest go. And it's going to be general. And also let's welcome in the beautiful high frequency archangels, Ascendant masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves to assist with this reading today. Okay, air people. Sorry, I just want one card to jump out. Let's see what's going to jump out here for the centre. I have been guided today to do a circular spread, sort of, to look a bit like a portal. And we're also going to be looking at, 4 pillars of stability and 4 points of shifting. So things that might be shifting for you. Wow, okay. The Ace of Pentacles has flipped. So, air signs with this portal, here it is, the Lionsgate portal. There could be something that you are, something new, something fresh. Maybe it has to do with them, like an asset. It could be a new job. It could be a new health and well-being regime. It might be, maybe it's a gift. Maybe you're going to be receiving a gift of sorts. I'm just going to pull the other cards around here quickly. Well, interesting thing is the Tower is in your reading here, and it has been in the readings, all of the readings so far today. I'm only doing 4 readings due to time constraints. Spirit's guiding me to just group everyone together. Fire, earth, air and water signs for the readings. Wow. High Priestess on the bottom of your deck. The bottom of the deck. I'm just going to absorb these energies for a moment and get back to you in a millisecond. Okay, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. With this new energy coming in, there is, with regard to change, I feel like it's going to be accompanied by a shifting and a changing of some of your thought patterns, some of your beliefs and values, possibly. And I mean, this directly opposite. This is a point of shift. Okay, it's a point of change, number 7, but also in the placement of your reading. And I guess initially this may be a little stressful. There may be some, teething things that you're going through at the moment, or that maybe you will go through as a result of some beliefs and values that are shifting. I feel like there's a whole lot of stuff attached to this portal that's, you're getting insights as well here, and downloads, but this is going to leave you feeling more grounded. It's almost like it's going to bring you back down to earth and sort of probably help you to come into your body a bit more, air signs. And you also have another number 7 in a point of shift as well. I feel like this is you're sort of standing your ground. You're wanting to be authentic and true to yourself here. And I feel like with the High Priestess is that, you're going within here to really kind of align yourself and do your best to kind of meet this energy or meet this new opportunity that's being presented to you. And this is a Knight of Cups opposite this 7, which is sort of to do with love coming in. And that, this could be something that's undergoing change, either or maybe perhaps you're going to be giving more love or receiving more love. Okay. And yeah, there may be some shifts and changes. This could be a particular person in your life that is that's undergoing some changes as well. And yeah, the interesting thing is that almost the theme of your reading is that, one of the constants in life is that there is change, because you have some energies of change in your points of stability. And yeah, in your areas of points of change or shift, you have some sort of think energies that are, you know, you're wanting to create stability here. So there's sort of like shift and change is probably going to be a bit of a theme throughout this week or next couple of weeks for you air signs. This is swift movement, also talking about change and direction and focus. It is actually pointing towards this shifting and changing of values. This can also sometimes talk about deception, so just being aware of deceptive energies that are around you, but remembering to go within to, and this is what you're doing here, okay, you're going within, but I think what you're sort of sensing around you possibly perhaps are the confusion energies of the collective, are other people's energies around you, not necessarily yours. But sometimes there can be a you know, the line can get a bit blurry in terms of what's our own energy and what's the energy of the collective around us. So that could be a theme, because you also have the Nine of Swords here. Now there's also this interesting in a pillar of stability, but this could have been a default for some of you, or which is sort of to do with, I guess, in some areas of life, perhaps a perception of lack in one or more areas of your life. This can also talk about a need to ask for help. It might be talking about health issues. So maybe at this time, it's going to be really important for you to ground and focus in on your health and well-being. Okay, maybe that will help you to I guess move out of the mind energies. I feel like there's a lot of mind stuff going on. I mean, you are air signs, okay, so you're going to be feeling a lot of the other energies that are around you. You also have the Seven of Swords, okay. In other words, the consciousnesses of others. Okay, and if this is leaving you feeling exhausted and you know, not good, then it's really about focusing on those, on your own health and well-being. Let's do some clarifying. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles while we're there. Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think you're going to be getting some clarity. This is mental clarity that comes from a result of taking care of your physical needs, and, you know, maybe it's to do with health, okay. Taking care of finances, and I guess, yeah, I mean, this is what could be what the new opportunity is here. Maybe there's this could be talking about a type of healing as well that's coming in, that maybe you're going to utilize here for yourself. Or it might be a new job that's going to help you with finances. So air signs, there could be something here that's, and I feel like, yeah, you're trying to create some boundaries. This is a point of change. I feel like you're going to be, let's clarify that Seven of Wands. If your boundaries have been a little foggy, I feel like they're going to become clearer, or you're going to be able to clearly define what you need, and in terms of your consciousness, where you stop and others start, okay, if that makes sense. In terms of energies, let's clarify the Seven of Wands, just how it's almost like we're going to be flowing around the circle here. Two of Pentacles. Yes, adaptability, flexibility, being able to change. Okay, so you might be defending something here. But it's also, this situation might also call for you to be prepared to sort of, for there to be a bit of a juggling phase. So things might be up and then down, up and down for a little while, okay? And this could be what you may be experiencing through this portal energy. But I think this might be talking about balancing mind and body. Okay, this is what I'm getting from the reading. Balancing, you know, air signs, your very mind, okay? It's going to be about you balancing that out, doing some body work, bringing your energy back down into the body. And as I say that, we look at the Tower, and here these two figures are coming down. They're coming down to earth. It's masculine and feminine. And there is an insight. Okay, let's clarify the Tower. But that's a point of stability. Okay, a pillar of stability there for you. Strength, yes. Okay, you're going to have to activate your inner, or according to the reading here, air signs, you might want to be activating your inner strength, not physical strength, but we're talking mental strength, okay, emotional strength, which is, determination, inner fortitude. And I mean, if you're feeling this, you are probably having to already activate a lot of inner strength to deal with these energies that are around you that you're feeling, okay? But you have a lot of inner wisdom, okay? I think this is about, air signs, this is about you tapping into your inner wisdom, your own intuition, listening to your own energies, but also perhaps acknowledging that you are more sensitive and intuitive and psychic than you realize, possibly, and that you're picking up on a lot of other stuff that's not yours, okay? That could be what's going on here. And maybe, well, as we expand our consciousness, our sensitivities heighten. Our consciousness expands. We'll become more energetically sensitive to not only ourselves and those people immediately in front of us, but also the bigger collective, okay? Let's clarify the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Three of Swords. So there could be some grief that you're processing, and once again, this could be the grief and the disturbance that many others in the collective are experiencing. We have a lot of, we have the AI thing coming in, which is, we're not going to say it's all bad and we're not going to say that it's all good, okay? But there are people that are ascribing to it being all bad and they are going through stuff, okay? And also this thing about, alien contact, once again, maybe it's not all bad and it's not all good, but, there are people that are ascribing to, let's go into maximum stress mode, okay? But the thing is, you have to really pick and choose here, air signs. You're going to be picking and choosing, and you can either choose the Three of Swords here to, be in hurt and pain, mentally, physically, emotionally, or you can sort of choose to, well, maybe this is what you're leaving behind here, these energies, and you're moving into the Ten of Cups here, which is emotional fulfillment. See, the oppositeness of these two energies is kind of crazy. But, this is and this is about the inner wisdom, the power to choose. The power to choose your frequency, the frequency of your thoughts. Okay, the quality of the thoughts determine the frequency. And also the quality of your thoughts can determine the emotions that you then subsequently experience as a result of those thoughts. Sometimes we can, go into the snowball thoughts, the thoughts that snowball, okay? And also something else as I was walking this morning came into my mind, which was, the emotional, not hurricane, but, the whirlpool, the emotional whirlpool, where we can just sort of get emotions like start spinning around, and before we know it, we're being sucked down, okay? Our frequency is being sucked down, but this is, we're going to be wanting to be avoiding the snowball thoughts and the, the emotional whirlpools. So let's clarify the Eight of Wands here for you, air signs. I myself have Gemini in my chart, so I can totally relate to this. So here we go. Queen of Wands clarifies this. So even though you might be experiencing, there's a whole lot of change going on around you, okay, you still have the ability to just sit, be in your power, in your sovereignty. Look at this. She's a dragon guide. One wand, you might just want to select one wand during a meditation. You're just focusing on that. This is your Ace of Swords. You're going to be getting, there are going to be times of clarity, and you're going to need to be able to ground, center, focus on your breath, come into the center of your body, even go through the chakras. Do that grounding. You're connected to the earth and you're connected to, the sun, even the great central sun, okay? And we are all moving into our galactic beingness here. I really love this image. I really love how she's got like a dragon guide there, which is powerful. This is like your empowerment, your ability to discern, to pick and choose, air signs, your frequency, to pick and choose how you're going to experience this opportunity and how you're going to activate your inner wisdom, okay? Let's clarify the Knight of Cups as well. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's something undergoing change here. I mean, this, you know, this could be a relationship that you have with another person that may be undergoing some change. You know, this is consolidation. You have a lot of sevens. Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, now Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so looking at what's worth moving forward with and what is not worth moving forward with. Okay, just really sort of consolidating, reflecting here. And yes, I mean, let's move to the Eight of Swords now. This could be, like we said, energies around you or something within you that you feel is limiting you. But guess what pops out to clarify that? These are two very unlimited cards. We have the Emperor and the Sun. This is freaking amazing to clarify this, because it means, air signs, that all of these thoughts do not define us, okay? They're transitory. This is radiance, confidence, source connection, expansion, you know, feeling a lot of joy and bliss and happiness here, okay? And certainly not feeling limited and tied down and things like that. But it could just be saying, if you feel like this, is to try to do whatever you can to move into this energy. And, you know, this is the Emperor. You have the ability to create, air signs, to be the author of your own life. Once again, this is an energy of sovereignty, strength. You already have strength in your reading. You have the Queen of Wands, which is also an energy of strength and power. And you are powerful, okay? You are much more powerful and source connected and expanded as a being than you believe yourself to be, okay? Yeah, and this is the Sun. You know, this is like sort of like the energy of those beautiful portal energies coming through. But yeah, let's clarify the Nine of Swords. But the other thing too with the Eight of Swords is that I'm not denying that the effects of, for example, trauma do not exist, and that they are all in the imagination, because the effects of trauma are very real, okay? And, you know, they can be lasting and damaging. And, you know, I guess the takeaway from that is to really just keep holding space for yourself and keep believing in the light within yourself. Believe in the soul light being that you are, okay? And that you have the ability to transmute any darkness in your field, okay? Any darkness in your chakras. Energy healing is coming to my mind right now. I've just got full body chills. It's saying, Spirit's just saying, energy healing, if you feel like you need help. Maybe some Reiki, maybe some... yeah, and this could be indeed what is talking about here in terms of some type of healing. We've already mentioned that, didn't we? You know, to do with, you know, maybe there's some healing that's required here. You know, going to a reputable energy healer, someone that is being recommended by others. Let's just clarify the Nine of Swords. Clarified by the Hermit. That was interesting. Yeah, the Hermit recommends the Nine of Swords. Well, you know why we do recommend the Nine of Swords? In terms of whatever you're experiencing a Nine of Swords energy about is where you need the healing. And that's why the Hermit recommends looking at that, and maybe even going out in nature, doing some soul work, really reflecting on, you know, if this is something you're experiencing now, have you experienced this feeling in other times during your life? Did you experience it as a child, as a teenager? You know, is it a repeated theme? And is there possibly something in your subconscious or a way that you are, you know, perceiving the world or perceiving yourself or yourself in the world that is contributing to this state? If this is something that's ongoing, definitely recommending to see a therapist, a counsellor, or someone even like that acknowledges the subconscious. Okay, so a psychoanalytic person. If you feel that you're experiencing or you have experienced trauma, then, you know, you need a possibly a psychoanalyst. The Nine of Pentacles has just come out. And I feel like this is just a really nice, lovely energy of self-care and holding space for yourself here, air signs. This is like a card of, you know, sovereignty, comfort, care, looking after yourself. And I also have the Eight of Wands, because when we mentioned the whirlpool, we already have the Eight of Wands in your reading. But once again, we can choose to move away from this energy here and just go find somewhere in nature, focus our mind on something that brings us peace and joy, and just sort of dwell in that, okay? I know sometimes that's not, you know, it's much easier said than done, but we are sovereign beings and we have the power now to really shift and change our consciousness as we need to. I'm just going to grab a oracle deck for you. Okay, Dragon Oracle. I feel like because the dragon has appeared here with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you may be in need of some dragon energy, and certainly, yeah, signs, we do have the dragon energies around at the moment. So, you know, and if you are into tarot oracles, maybe even purchase yourself a dragon oracle or dragon tarot deck or something like that, because it could be quite uplifting, okay? You know, even if you're experiencing the Eight of Swords here, just, you know, get out your tarot cards and, you know, or oracle cards, and, you know, pull a couple of cards for yourself. That's not my solution to everything, of course, but, you know, tarot cards can be of assistance. Silver Dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Let's read underneath. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities. Yes, look into your soul with the Hermit here. Okay, the higher possibilities is like the sun. Okay, that beautiful, radiant, shining energy, high frequency energy. I'm just going to pause and find this dragon in the book for you. Okay, air signs, this is a 5th dimensional dragon. I'm just going to read all this in the book because I think it might be helpful. Okay, 5th dimensional shimmering silver dragons radiate divine, feminine light and gentle qualities. Remember, we had the High Priestess, so this could be talking about your divine feminine coming in too. Okay. They exude harmlessness, love, peace, tranquility, balance, gentleness and calmness. If we are ready, they surround our aura in a soft, pure silver light that enables us to retain these divine feminine qualities. They also reflect our true self and highest potential back to us by coming to us and looking deep into our eyes. This enables us to see the essence of our soul and discover aspects of ourselves we did not know existed. We are reminded of our divine magnificence and may catch a glimpse of the mighty soul or even monad I am presence to which we belong. Remember, we mentioned sovereignty as well with the Queen of Wands and the Emperor in your reading. Guidance says here, your 5th dimensional soul blueprint contains the keys and codes of your gifts, talents, wisdom and powers. Much of this is locked away and unused. Receiving this card suggests that it is time for some of this potential to be ignited and brought forward into your life. You are ready to reveal yourself and be who you truly can be, which is what you're doing with your 7 of Wands there. You're beginning to understand that. Sit quietly and see or sense the shimmering silver dragon who has come to you. Allow it to reflect back to you the hidden aspects of your soul and your higher possibilities. This may or may not be a conscious process, but it will inspire you to express your essence and transform your life. Be ready to develop any gifts or qualities that the dragon draws to your attention. You may surprise yourself. Well, that's awesome. I also really love how the Hermit is sort of echoing that idea about sort of going inward, doing some meditation. And what you may well like to meditate upon is this beautiful silver dragon that could come to your assistance in your visualizations. So that's what I have for you, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I hope that's been helpful. I look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you again soon.